Well, I don't think that's too shabby for the first time I've ever reverse tailgated a full load. I was trying to, I think I had the chains, they're at 13, which is like 4 or 5 inches thick. I got a little thick there at the end, but it looked like I was almost running on the fabric. Plus trying to go over that culvert, I wanted to thicken it up, so. Yeah, not too bad though. At least it didn't just dump over the top of the tailgate or get hung up, so. I may slick that up and try one more. We didn't get completely rained out. It rained pretty good this morning for a little while. Now I got a break. It's about, I don't know, 10:30 I think. So, got everything fueled up and greased this morning. Trailer unhooked and the loader backs. Now we're just going to concentrate on moving some base rock down the road. I'll just keep rolling the fabric out. I'm going to try to keep doing the reverse tailgating and kind of practice on that. So, got me kind of a little system here in operation. I got the 2150 sitting up on the base rock, loading out the peat, and then I'll, like I said, tailgate it, and I got the loader down there to kind of dress it up every few passes. The reason, if you're wondering, we already have all the rock here on site, is he knows someone, I don't know how the relationship works, but somebody that works with him knows somebody from a bigger trucking company. And they had 4 trucks available one day, I guess, where they got rained out on another job or couldn't get to it. So they started hauling all the rock here. I wasn't 100% ready to put the rock down, but so we got to move it again. But it actually is probably going to work out better this way, because all the trucks they had were quads and quints, so they were hauling 22 to 25 tons at a time. And I don't know, I'm afraid that corner wasn't almost going to be either wide enough, or they were going to be almost too heavy and try to get in there and turn and kind of tear up more good than what they were going to be. So yeah, I mean, it's moving the material again, but now with kind of trying the reverse tailgating, I can basically dump it and keep all the rock on the fabric, and then just use the loader when I'm ready to widen it up a little bit. So it's like I said, it's moving it again, but I think for me, I'm gonna have a little better control over it. I will jump in the truck. I need to set the chains in, and run down there and roll some more fabric out and tailgate this one out. I had some questions too on the fabric, and this is just a geotextile stabilization fabric, I believe, and I'll have to look and see. I don't know what mill or the thickness of it is, but it's 12.5 feet wide, 432 feet long, and basically we're getting ready to get rained on. What it is, it just helps to stabilize the ground more so than just putting the rock on there. I mean, like, as you can tell, these are not ideal conditions to even be doing this today. Like I said, I really need to get that tree out of there, and then all that water in that ditch I dug should flow on down, but I'm gonna go ahead and roll this out where at least I can just track the excavator down the rock. I'm getting sidetracked. Basically what this stuff does, it just helps to stabilize unsuitable soil or like soft ground and stuff. And I don't know a lot about it. I don't use it all that often because around here it's so rocky that you can basically dig down depending on the time of the year. Like the winter time's not good, but we can usually dig down to like our rocky clay, and then I can just throw a 3-inch base down and then cover it in 1-inch base, and you're fine. The biggest deal with this is it will not let the rock work down into the mud, or vice versa. It'll let the mud come up through the rock is the biggest deal with it. But like I said, it also, what I've heard is it acts about, or the equivalent of 4 inches of rock. So you can save a little bit of rock. I believe one roll of this was like 680 bucks, which isn't bad. I mean, it's gone up in price. I've looked at some anywhere between $400 all the way up to $900 a roll, but I'm sure some of it's either longer rolls, shorter rolls, different thicknesses. We're actually going to put this stuff to the test today. This is the worst section of the track, right through here and around that corner is where we've had all the water issues. So some of that water has saturated this clay. It's still pretty solid, except this side right here. Even when we were loading up all the spoils, the dump truck kept sinking because it was kind of pumping in there, and as you can tell, the water's not going to help today. But what we're going to do is roll this stuff out and dump the rock on there, probably 5 to 6 inches thick, and I will actually be able to back my 54,000 pound loaded dump truck over it. It'll still sink a little bit, but it's not going to be anything like what it would be right there. So I am kind of a believer in this stuff or whatever now. It's pretty amazing. So I mean, basically if I'm putting it down 6 inches thick, it's almost like putting 10 inches of rock. It just helps bridge over the unsuitable material. So I mean, most of the time if you have a yard with either a lot of topsoil or it's soft, or you get a lot of groundwater and stuff like that in there, you can take this, roll it out, and put your rock on it, and it just helps pack in, stabilize, and bridge over that softer, stickier material. Because like right now, I mean, if I was just to go and dump base rock over this, it would push the rock down and bring that red and orange mud up, where this will actually not allow it to bring any of the muddy stuff up. And it will, I mean, I know I was just talking about it there, it will pack in and help build a lot better road base. I know like right now it's just soft underneath there, but yeah, that's a lot of rambling and stuff. But I just had a couple guys comment that there's not a lot of videos on YouTube about this stuff. I'm probably not the best one to be asking about. Like I said, I don't know a lot about it. I do know that it works. I mean, I'm obviously been able to back the truck down there, and you can see the tracks right there. I mean, really, it's not even sinking in or anything. So it does stabilize over the ground. And yeah, it makes a huge difference here. Like Dirt Boss and Let's Dig use it quite a bit, so those two are good channels to go check out, because they use it all the time with what they have. You know, with Dirt Boss being in New York and Chris out there in North Carolina, it's usually a different type of either sandy clay or softer soils. In areas they have the rock, or like Dirt Boss has got the shell, but some places it is softer, so it's almost easier just to roll this stuff out. I've actually seen a guy here in town that wanted to build a temporary drive, and it was in just actually a guy's yard to try to get back to where they were going to build a shop. They rolled this stuff out on the grass and just started dumping 3-inch rock on it, and they were able to run in 150 dump truck loads, and then I don't know how many concrete trucks ran through there. They did tear the grass up when they, you know, rolled it back up and had to re-sod it, but they weren't digging out, you know, 18 inches a yard and all that, hauling that material out and then having to haul it back in. They were just able to actually roll this stuff back up, and I don't know if they could reuse it afterwards, but they were not having to bring in so much dirt and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna try it out here. I'm gonna have to put the rock on quite a bit thicker, I'm guessing, or I'm thinking, especially on this side right here. But let's roll this stuff out and see if we can at least get to the culvert and not get the dump truck stuck. So this should be fun. getting good flow, so that's a good sign. It's kind of getting backed up over there, but I don't have it all dug out enough, but it's going to find a way, so I'm at least happy about that, where it's not just making a pond right here. I do need to do something with the parking lot to get the water to run in this corner, but hey, a little at a time, right? Well, these pipes seem to be working great. Need to clean out that little edge. We got some good flow through here. I got a little bit in here, but a lot of it is doing kind of what I was hoping to do, which I'm going to move that swell over. But all this dirt, it comes out. This is where everything with those pipes in that side in the center comes out almost by the edge where that turns, which you probably can't even see. But then it makes its way down here, and then I got this little ditch cut along here. And then this ditch is, they just need to be shaped a little bit better, clean some of that out. But yeah, it's flowing good. I need to get in there and probably dig a little more of that out around the curve because it's kind of silted in, but at least it is flowing.